Hi, I hope you're having a good summer. Here in Italy, it's getting pretty warm, and I wish I was in Dublin instead. But let's talk today about migrating from one language, typically from RPG, but also from other languages running on the IBM, while remaining on the IBM. Now, the most common scenario is that clients reach out because they want to change language and platform. The most frequent reasons that they put at the top of the priority list is the fact that they have issues finding RPG developers, and they sort of hit the limits of the language. So it's not so easily interoperable with other technologies, and so that there are problems around this. But at the same time, many of them took the opportunity to also migrate to different hardware that is maybe more widespread in this time and age, and that could be cheaper depending on the situation. Now, so this means that the typical scenario is the scenario in which we have to migrate both the language and the platform with all the challenges that are involved with that. Because it also means that we have to migrate, for example, all the data, which is not a small challenge. So I found very interesting and a little bit surprised at first, but then it made sense, the request of this client to say, let's migrate from RPG to Python so that I can take advantage of the incredible amount of libraries that are for Python, the great environment, the availability of millions of developers. So we want to take advantage about that, but we actually believe in the IBM hardware. We just recently changed the machine. It costed quite a bit. So we don't want to migrate away from that. And this, as I said, is not the typical scenario. So at the first moment, say, okay, let's reflect on this a moment. And I think it's interesting because there are a series of advantages. Now, the first advantage is that we don't need to migrate the data away. So we can keep the data in the DB2. And the second, that per se means saving a lot of work, a lot of risk. We don't need to pause everything to migrate the data. So it's a good thing. But the other advantage is that given that most RPG programs communicate with each other through physical files, but basically that means the DB or directly DB tables, then we can also have an incremental migration. We can take some RPG program, convert them to Python, having those programs still consume data from the DB and put data back on the DB, and the other RPG program will get this data. This data now will not be produced by other RPG programs, but now by Python programs, but wouldn't make a difference for them. And so in this scenario, we can slowly deploy new programs as we convert them, avoiding, the big bang transition, which is always, something that requires a lot of care. So, not saying that we can be careless in replacing single programs, but the risk is more limited, and if we ever encounter the need, it's easier to revert back, because if we convert 10 programs, it works, then we convert another 5, there is a problem with this 5, we go back, adjust, and repeat. While if we deploy, 20,000 programs at the same time, maybe that could lead to a few interesting weeks. So yeah, I wanted just to share this. And as always, if you have comments, idea, things that you would like me to to talk about, just let me know, either with a comment here or send me message on LinkedIn or by email. I guess you know how to find me. So thank you, and I hope you're having a great summer. Bye.